When two souls are destined to meet, there exists an invisible pull that cannot be measured or explained by ordinary reasoning. It is as though the universe itself orchestrates circumstances, guiding them through life's twists and turns until their paths inevitably cross. This force is subtle, often unnoticed at first, yet unmistakably present to those who are attuned to it. It is not about coincidence or chance meetings, but about the convergence of timing, inner readiness, and life experiences that prepare each individual to recognize the other. Both people may have journeyed through challenges, heartbreaks, and periods of self-discovery, and through these experiences they develop a clarity that allows them to perceive the significance of the encounter. When this moment arrives, there is often a quiet sense of inevitability, a feeling that transcends words and logic, signaling that the meeting is essential for their personal growth and fulfillment. The pull between destined individuals may manifest as repeated opportunities to connect, moments of uncanny recognition, or a sense of familiarity that feels timeless, as though they have known each other long before the present moment. This invisible thread operates beyond the conscious mind, reflecting patterns that link the individual's inner world to external circumstances. The preparation required for this meeting is rarely apparent, but it is crucial. Each person must reach a stage where they can engage with the other fully, without illusions, and with the capacity to embrace both the light and shadow aspects that may arise in the connection. This process illustrates that destiny is not only about union but also about alignment, where timing, awareness, and life paths intersect to create meaningful encounters. It is a delicate orchestration, one that respects the autonomy of each individual while simultaneously guiding them toward a shared moment of recognition. In this way, destiny functions as a subtle teacher, reminding us that the universe has a rhythm and purpose, and that our connections are often prefigured by forces beyond our immediate perception. The experience of such a meeting carries both wonder and quiet gravity, inviting reflection on the deeper patterns of life and the ways in which human relationships serve as mirrors of our inner journeys. It is in recognizing and honoring these moments that we understand the profound truth that certain connections are not random but inevitable, and that the world conspires to bring people together when the conditions are right. This understanding fosters patience, trust, and openness, allowing individuals to navigate their lives with a sense of meaningful purpose, knowing that when two people are destined to meet, something essential always aligns to make it happen. When two souls are destined to meet, there is often a profound resonance that emerges, a feeling of recognition that goes far beyond physical attraction or superficial familiarity. It is as though each person senses an echo of themselves in the other, a reflection of inner truths that have long been unspoken and unexplored. This resonance is subtle at first, appearing as a quiet sense of comfort, curiosity, or inexplicable knowing, yet it carries immense significance for the unfolding of their lives. The sense of familiarity that accompanies such a meeting is not random. It arises from deep patterns within the psyche, reflecting archetypal energies and unconscious connections that shape emotional and spiritual development. When these individuals come together, it is common to feel as if time itself shifts, slowing or suspending to allow recognition to unfold. Even in early interactions, there is a sense of ease and alignment, as though the mind and heart instinctively recognize that this connection matters. The awareness that someone mirrors hidden or unacknowledged aspects of oneself can be both comforting and challenging, as it stirs emotions and thoughts long held in shadow, inviting a deeper engagement with self-knowledge and relational truth. This recognition does not necessarily manifest through grand gestures or dramatic moments. It often arises in the small, quiet exchanges, the unspoken understanding, and the shared experiences that feel simultaneously ordinary and extraordinary. The inner knowing that accompanies such connections suggests that the meeting is preordained, guided by forces that surpass ordinary planning or chance. This resonance becomes a catalyst for transformation, urging both individuals to confront patterns within themselves that have yet to be fully understood. It awakens intuition, insight, and emotional clarity, offering a mirror through which each person can perceive not only the other, but also their own inner world with newfound depth. Over time, this psychic attunement strengthens, creating a subtle yet unmistakable bond that carries forward regardless of circumstance. Those who are sensitive to the nuances of inner life come to recognize the unique depth of these moments, understanding that when such recognition arises, it is an invitation to explore the potential of connection, growth, and shared destiny. It is this profound resonance, the sense of ancient familiarity, mirrored psyche, and inner recognition that distinguishes relationships born of true destiny from mere encounters, reminding us that when souls are aligned, their meeting is accompanied by an unmistakable and transformative sense of knowing. When two people are destined to be together, their lives often seem guided by a series of synchronistic events, as if invisible threads weave their paths together with quiet insistence. These occurrences may appear coincidental to the casual observer, yet for those attuned to the deeper rhythms of life, they carry unmistakable significance. A chance meeting at a moment of vulnerability, repeated encounters in unexpected places, or timely messages that seem to appear exactly when needed. All of these events serve as markers, gently steering individuals toward each other. These patterns are rarely straightforward. They unfold in ways that challenge logic and conventional planning, yet the repetition and alignment of circumstances create a sense of inevitability. The universe, or the deeper unconscious forces within each person, seems to orchestrate these moments with subtle precision, guiding them toward recognition and connection. As these synchronistic signs accumulate, they create a sense of narrative continuity in life, suggesting that certain encounters are not arbitrary but essential to personal and relational growth. For the individuals involved, noticing and interpreting these signs becomes an act of mindfulness, a way of participating consciously in the unfolding of destiny. Each synchronistic event resonates with deeper meaning, often reflecting lessons that need to be integrated or unresolved aspects of the psyche that require attention. These moments are both invitations and tests, prompting reflection on timing, intention, and readiness. They cultivate patience and awareness, teaching that meaningful connections cannot be forced or rushed, but emerge when the conditions of inner and outer life align harmoniously. The accumulation of these experiences fosters a sense of trust in the flow of life, reinforcing the idea that true connection has a rhythm and logic of its own, distinct from personal desire or immediate gratification. Individuals who recognize these patterns develop a heightened sensitivity to the subtle language of life, perceiving that destiny communicates through circumstance, intuition, and feeling. The realization that synchronistic events are not random but purposeful instills both awe and responsibility, encouraging openness to possibilities while remaining grounded in self-awareness. Ultimately, these guiding events serve as the scaffolding upon which a destined relationship can be built, creating opportunities for recognition, intimacy, and shared growth. They demonstrate that destiny is not merely a concept, but a living, dynamic force, unfolding in ways that are both subtle and profound, reminding us that when two people are truly meant to be together, the universe always arranges pathways that lead to convergence, reflection, and the potential for deep, enduring connection. When two people are destined to be together, their connection often creates a profound sense of psychological safety, a rare and precious space in which each individual feels fully seen and accepted. This safety is not based on superficial comfort or avoidance of conflict, but on the deep trust that allows both people to reveal their true selves without fear of judgment or rejection. In this presence, vulnerability becomes a source of strength and authenticity flourishes, inviting each person to engage with their partner at the deepest levels of thought, feeling, and intuition. Such a relationship encourages self-exploration, as the mirror of the other reflects both strengths and hidden aspects of the psyche that may have been overlooked or suppressed. The interplay of mirroring and complementing within the connection creates opportunities for profound growth, as each individual confronts and integrates unresolved patterns, habitual fears, or shadow traits. Through this process, the partnership becomes a dynamic arena for transformation, where challenges are not obstacles, but mirrors, highlighting areas that require attention, self-awareness, and compassion. In this way, the relationship nurtures both self-development and relational depth, fostering an environment in which personal and shared growth can occur simultaneously. The bond strengthens over time as the psychological attunement deepens, allowing both individuals to respond with empathy, understanding, and clarity to each other's needs and experiences. Even moments of conflict serve as catalysts for insight, prompting reflection, dialogue, and a realignment with core values and intentions. The resulting sense of alignment cultivates stability, intimacy, and mutual respect, which are essential for enduring connection. This environment of psychological safety does not eliminate challenges, but it equips both people to navigate difficulties with awareness and intentionality, rather than reaction or avoidance. It also highlights the unique power of destined relationships. They are not solely about companionship or convenience, but about creating a fertile ground in which both individuals can flourish. By providing space for the exploration of inner landscapes, these partnerships honor the depth and complexity of human experience, allowing both people to develop a richer understanding of themselves and each other. Ultimately, the ability to feel safe, understood, and authentically recognized is a hallmark of destiny-aligned connections. It reveals that when two people are meant to be together, the relationship itself becomes a vessel for growth, insight, and profound psychological resonance, illustrating that the meeting of destined partners is not merely a romantic occurrence, but a deeply transformative and sustaining force that shapes the trajectory of both lives in meaningful and enduring ways. When two people are destined to be together, their communication often transcends ordinary verbal exchange, reaching a level of deep intuition and subtle understanding that seems almost instinctual. They develop a way of relating in which words are not always necessary, as each can sense the thoughts, feelings, and intentions of the other with remarkable clarity. This intuitive connection allows for empathy and attunement that feels effortless, creating a dialogue that flows between hearts and minds without the need for explanation or persuasion. Even in silence, there is a profound exchange of presence, trust, and acknowledgement, a recognition that each person is fully seen and understood. This level of communication is not cultivated through practice or technique alone, but emerges naturally from the alignment of inner worlds, shared archetypal energies, and complementary emotional patterns. The unspoken understanding that develops between destined partners fosters a sense of harmony and ease in their interactions, allowing both individuals to respond to one another with sensitivity, insight, and care. It also nurtures the development of emotional intelligence, as the constant attunement to the other's inner state requires awareness of subtle cues, nuanced expressions, and shifts in energy. Through this process, both people become mirrors and catalysts for one another, encouraging reflection, growth, and integration of aspects of the self that might otherwise remain unexamined. This deep communication enhances trust and intimacy, creating a foundation for a bond that is resilient to misunderstanding or misalignment. It allows for the resolution of conflicts with grace and clarity, as each person is attuned not only to the content of what is shared, but also to the underlying emotions and intentions that drive their interactions. In this way, the connection becomes a living dialogue of mutual recognition, empathy, and support, revealing that the relationship is more than the sum of its parts. Even casual gestures, glances, or moments of shared thought carry significance, reflecting the depth of alignment and resonance between the two individuals. This intuitive mode of communication illustrates that when people are truly destined to be together, their connection reaches beyond surface-level interactions into the realm of soul-level understanding. It highlights that the essence of destined relationships is not merely companionship, but the extraordinary capacity to sense, honor, and respond to the inner world of another. This rare and profound attunement becomes a defining feature of their bond, demonstrating that the one undeniable phenomenon of destined union is the emergence of a communication that transcends words, creating intimacy, recognition, and enduring connection at the deepest levels of being. A defining characteristic of relationships between people destined to be together is their remarkable capacity to catalyze personal growth and transformation. When these two individuals come together, they often serve as mirrors to one another, reflecting not only their strengths, but also the unresolved patterns, fears, and shadow aspects that require attention. This process can be both challenging and illuminating, as it asks each person to confront habits, emotional wounds, and deeply ingrained responses that may have previously gone unnoticed. The connection does not simply offer comfort or validation. It actively encourages self-reflection, introspection, and the integration of experiences that shape the psyche. Challenges that arise within the relationship are rarely arbitrary. They provide opportunities for learning, healing, and the development of emotional resilience. In navigating these challenges together, both individuals are encouraged to cultivate patience, empathy, and conscious awareness, fostering a dynamic in which the relationship itself becomes a space for growth and transformation. Through this process, personal development and relational depth unfold simultaneously, revealing that destiny-aligned partnerships are not merely about companionship, but about the co-creation of meaning and insight. Each partner's presence serves to illuminate areas of untapped potential, inspiring the pursuit of goals, the exploration of creativity, and the cultivation of virtues such as compassion, integrity, and courage. The transformative power of such a connection lies in its ability to integrate the lessons of life into the relationship, turning everyday interactions into catalysts for self-discovery and mutual support. This dynamic also allows for the resolution of internal conflicts, as the other person's perspective and reflection encourage the examination of blind spots and the integration of shadow elements into conscious awareness. Over time, this ongoing process of growth strengthens the bond, creating a sense of interdependence rooted not in need or attachment, but in mutual enrichment and understanding. The relationship becomes a crucible in which each person is both challenged and supported, learning to navigate complexity with wisdom and emotional maturity. Ultimately, the capacity for transformation underscores the profound depth of destiny-aligned relationships. They are not merely meetings of convenience or preference, but encounters that shape the trajectory of life itself, guiding both individuals toward greater self-realization and fulfillment. This transformative quality reflects the deeper truth that when two people are meant to be together, their union is inherently purposeful, providing a fertile ground for growth, insight, and the expansion of consciousness. Through shared experience, reflection, and attunement, They elevate not only the relationship but also the understanding of themselves and the world around them, illustrating that true connection is inseparable from personal and relational evolution. Time and distance rarely diminish the bond between two people who are destined to be together, for their connection operates on a level that transcends ordinary circumstances. Even when life places obstacles between them, whether through physical separation, competing responsibilities, or unexpected challenges, the underlying resonance and pull remain intact. This endurance is not a matter of stubborn attachment or clinging, but of an inner alignment and shared destiny that cannot be easily interrupted. Often, periods of separation serve a greater purpose, allowing each person to cultivate independence, self-awareness, and clarity of intention. During these times, they grow into fuller versions of themselves, refining their understanding of what is truly important and preparing to engage with the relationship from a place of maturity and conscious choice. The persistence of the connection, despite apparent obstacles, reflects the deep interweaving of their life paths, suggesting that certain meetings are preordained and guided by forces beyond immediate perception. Subtle signs often emerge during separation: unexpected encounters, repeated coincidences, or moments of insight that gently remind each individual of the enduring presence of the other in their life journey. These signs, though seemingly ordinary, carry profound significance, acting as markers that the bond remains alive and vital, waiting for circumstances to realign. The awareness of this continuity fosters patience, trust, and a sense of calm, reassuring both individuals that separation is temporary and meaningful reunion is inevitable. It also encourages a focus on self-cultivation and intentional living, demonstrating that destiny does not bypass personal responsibility or inner development. When time and distance are eventually bridged, the reunion often carries a depth of understanding and emotional richness that would not have been possible without the intervening experiences. This enduring quality illustrates that destiny is not about immediate gratification or superficial closeness, but about the alignment of inner readiness, life timing, and meaningful connection. The resilience of such a bond shows that true union is not easily disrupted, and that when two souls are truly aligned, the universe orchestrates conditions that eventually bring them back together. In recognizing this pattern, individuals learn to honor the process of life, trust the flow of circumstances, and maintain openness to the unfolding of destiny. Ultimately, the enduring nature of a destined connection reinforces the principle that meaningful relationships are guided by forces beyond chance, demonstrating that when two people are meant to be together, external obstacles cannot sever the invisible threads that draw them toward shared recognition, growth, and profound, lasting union. Ultimately, the one undeniable phenomenon that occurs when two people are destined to be together is a profound sense of inevitability and alignment that permeates their entire connection. This is not a superficial feeling of convenience or a fleeting sense of comfort, but a deep recognition that their meeting fulfills a necessary chapter in both of their lives. It is a quiet knowing that arises from the harmony of timing, inner readiness, and life experiences converging in a moment that feels both inevitable and purposeful. From the first encounters to the unfolding of shared experiences, there is often an unmistakable sense that this connection is meant to be, a feeling that surpasses logic and resonates within the depths of the psyche. This sense of inevitability carries with it both calm and gravity, as if the universe itself has conspired to orchestrate circumstances, creating opportunities, challenges, and experiences that guide the two individuals toward recognition and union. It fosters trust in the process of life, allowing both people to navigate uncertainty with a sense of patience and openness, knowing that the bond they share is resilient and meaningful. The inevitability of their connection also manifests in the profound ease with which they relate, the natural alignment of values, the subtle resonance of emotions, and the complementary nature of their inner worlds. Even when faced with difficulties, disagreements, or the complexities inherent in human relationships, there is a deep sense that the union is significant, worthwhile, and guided by forces beyond immediate perception. This awareness invites reflection on the larger patterns of life, the unseen forces that shape personal destiny, and the ways in which individuals are drawn toward experiences and relationships that foster growth, insight, and fulfillment. It reminds both parties that their journey together is part of a broader tapestry, one in which each interaction, challenge, and moment of joy contributes to the evolution of self and the deepening of connection. The feeling of inevitability also encourages intentional engagement, fostering a conscious approach to the relationship that honors its significance and potential. In essence, when two people are truly destined to be together, the meeting carries with it a sense of certainty and rightness that is unmistakable. It is accompanied by recognition, alignment, and a quiet assurance that the connection is meaningful and transformative. This phenomenon demonstrates that destiny operates not as rigid fate, but as a subtle orchestration of timing, growth, and resonance, bringing individuals together in ways that fulfill deeper life purposes. The union, therefore, becomes more than companionship. It becomes a transformative force, shaping the trajectory of both lives and illustrating the profound truth that some connections are simply meant to be, unfolding naturally, enduringly, and inevitably across the course of time.